Imagine this, right now, you're looking at currency pairs selected not by chance, but through carefully calculated logic. But what if every price movement hides a pattern that only a few can truly see? Today, we're going to try and uncover it. The real question is, which tools will point us to the right moment to enter? Which signals will turn out to be false? And which ones might lead us straight to profit? I'm not ready to reveal everything just yet. Let's just say we won't rely on trend alone. What happens in the shadows of the chart also matters. Local spikes, hidden highs, and those strange zones where the market behaves unexpectedly. Today, 2 sessions, 2 chances to look a little deeper than usual. So, where do we begin? Let's jump into today's trading. I've already analyzed and selected currency pairs with the best movement patterns and payout percentages. Today, we'll use a weighted moving average period 15, Fractal's default settings, CCI oscillator period 10, and MACD periods 5, 7, and 10. I'll explain each trade as we go. We'll focus on both the trend and local highs and lows, while also watching the volume and overbought/oversold zones. Let's get started. I'll pick the first currency pair and start with a $900 trade. I'm opening a buy trade here following the current upward trend. Let's highlight the working area. First, we've had the weighted moving average cross from bottom to top. I'm also seeing rising volumes and the MACD moving lines are pointing upwards. The CCI oscillator line is also about to enter the overbought zone, so I expect the upward movement to continue. Let's see how the first trade performs. About 10 seconds left to go. The first trade closed in profit. The upward trend continued just as I expected. The trade was absolutely spot on and I'm locking in the profit. Now, let's adjust the trade amount. I'll set it to $801 and open 2 trades with the full balance. Let's continue, and I'll pick the next currency pair. Let's try opening 2 buy trades here. This seems like a decent entry point. I believe a small pullback should form here. We're opening against the trend, but as I mentioned earlier, this is a good level where the price has bounced and moved upwards before. We should also see the formation of a local low according to the fractals, the CCI oscillator exiting the oversold zone, and the moving averages on the second oscillator reversing. That's why I'm opening buy trades here. There are about 10 seconds left until completion. The trades closed in profit without any issues. Excellent trading. I'm completely satisfied with the result. In just 3 trades, we've achieved a great profit using these indicators. Let's lock in the profit and move on to the withdrawal process. The profit amount will be $19.99. The withdrawal is being processed successfully. This has been an interesting trading session. If you have any questions about the use of these indicators or the strategy as a whole, feel free to leave a comment below the video and ask anything that's unclear. Now, let's move on to the second session. Let's get started with the second session. I've already analyzed and selected the best currency pairs with optimal movement patterns and payout percentages, and you can see them on your screen. After analyzing the market, I've decided to use the channel indicator, specifically the Bollinger Bands, with a period of 13 and a deviation of 2, along with Fractal's default settings and 2 RSI oscillators. The first RSI will have a period of 5, and the second one will have a period of 10. We'll leave the overbought and oversold zones at the default values of 70 and 30. I've done a detailed analysis, so I'm confident in my trades, and I'll start with a $1,000 trade. Let's get started and find the most optimal entry. Let's open a sell trade here, focusing solely on the trend and the pullback dynamics in this price zone. Let's highlight the working area. I'm first paying attention to the pullback, and I can see that the strength of the pullback reaches the moving average of the channel indicator, which is exactly what happened here. We're also forming a new local high, or it has already formed, and I expect the price to move downward from here. Let's see how the first trade performs. About 15 seconds left until completion. The first trade closed in profit. Great result. The movement is quite stable right now, no sharp impulses, but still, the correct entry point and timing led me to this success. I'll adjust the trade amount to $960 and open 2 trades with the full balance, totaling $19.22. Let's continue and pick the next currency pair. Here, I'm opening 2 buy trades again. The movement on this currency pair, just like the previous one, is quite stable with an upward trend, and the entry is in the direction of the trend. Let's highlight the working area. First, I'll point out the exit from the oversold zone on both oscillators. Also, we previously had a pullback, and the movement touched the lower moving average of the channel indicator. The fractal should update, and it's showing us the local low. With this update, I believe the price will continue moving upward with the trend. Let's see how these two trades perform. As I said, the price movement continued upward just as you saw right in front of your eyes. The closing trades were successful, and I'm wrapping up today's session because I'm completely satisfied with the profit. Let's lock in the profit and move on to the withdrawal process. Today's profit is 24.70.76. The withdrawal is being processed successfully. That's how today's trading went with the use of these indicators. Overall, it wasn't difficult. I'd even say it was very simple. Using these indicators is not a complicated task at all. However, if you have any questions about their usage or the strategy itself, feel free to leave a comment below the video and ask any questions you may have. Of course, I wish you all the best in trading and see you soon.